What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share the latest Marvel figures that I have added to my collection. I actually want to start off with this Marvel soda here, which was sent to me by Pops in the Wild on, that's her name on Instagram. You could check out her account there. She does have some nice Funko photography. So she sent this to me basically like a late Christmas gift here. She actually sent me two of these. I already checked them out. I already know that I did not get the chase for this holiday Groot, but I have not actually taken the figure out of the bag just yet. It's 15,000 pieces total there. You see what the common looks like. And the chase, I actually can't remember what exactly he's doing. He might be holding a star. If I'm not mistaken. Somebody could, let me know for sure in the comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the actual figure here. And I do appreciate her sending this my way. Okay, so we do have, of course, the Pog there. And again, like I said, it's 1 out of 12,500 for the common. So that means 2,500 of the chase there. We'll look at the actual figure. One thing I noticed about the figure right away, he doesn't really seem to be smirking here on the can and on the artwork. The artwork, it makes it look like he's kind of smirking a little bit. Don't really see that here. It's sort of a serious expression, but it's still fine there, of course. I really do like all the lines here and everything, the strong cheekbones going on there as well. Very nice definition to the face. You see all the Christmas lights, of course, and him holding, I guess there's supposed to be a couple of ornaments there, or either some more lights there. But yeah, I do like the wiring wrapping all the way around, and you see the greenery up top there as well. That's a nice touch. Definitely a detail they don't really have to do, but that is a very nice touch. I like when they do that with Groot figures. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool looking figure here. And again, I do appreciate Pops in the Wild for sending this out to me. And you see we're mainly here focusing on Funko Pops. So let me get into them. We'll take a look at them in box first, and then I think I probably will unbox maybe all of these. We'll see here. But starting off with the She-Hulk figures here, and elephant in the room, we know that the She-Hulk series had a lot of issues. It also had some very cringy moments to it, but I do think the casting was on point. I like the character of She-Hulk herself. I just feel like some of the decisions they made with the series didn't quite work for me. But of course, this here is the Amazon glow-in-the-dark exclusive. I'm not sure about some of these other figures back here, whether I'll go for them or not. I haven't seen Wong out in the wild yet. I'm not going to order that one online, but if I see it in store, I might go for that Wong figure. But yeah, she seems like she has a nice size to her. Of course, it's a standard size Pop, but she should be tall. So it seems like they have done a good job with that. And of course, we will get this out of the box and check out the glow on it. And I did decide to pick up her in this, the glittery dress here as well. I actually got this from a store called Second and Charles, which, it's not an exclusive, but I just happened to come across it there. And I thought it looked pretty good there as well. And I definitely want to put these Pops side by side, see if the height is, basically the same. Although her stance is a little bit different, but I don't know if that'll affect the height or not, but we'll see there. But I thought this was a cool looking Pop. And like I said, I like the character. It's just, yeah, there's definitely some issues with that series. Okay, then we have here Electro, and this is actually a figure I got as part of a trade with my friend Robert Kinzel. So this is a part of the Sinister Six, of course, and I do have, I think at this point I have all of them except for Spider-Man himself and Kraven, I think. So I still got to get those, to complete this set out. And I've seen where some people have worked it out to make sure that the bases all fit together, because I guess there was some issue with production or something. I don't know what happened there, but the figures don't fit together the way that they quite should. So some people have had, do a workaround with that. Basically, I'm not really necessarily worried about like displaying all of these side by side, perfectly. I'm just not going to worry about that. I'm going to probably have them spread around a little bit in my collection, but I do think they are some pretty cool figures. Now this one I was definitely excited to receive here, and when I first saw this one, this was a instant pre-order for me. Another Amazon exclusive, and we do have another sticker going on here. It says Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest. I don't think I've heard that term before with Avengers. I'm not sure. But yeah, we got this collection here for the Avengers that's going to be with Amazon. And I guess these are heavily inspired by the comics. You actually see the comic background there. And I really like this old school look for Iron Man. And looking forward to getting this one out of box, because you can't really see the takeoff effect there too well. You notice also, of course, there is a pin. So I like that touch, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else we get with this particular series here. Then we have here the Entertainment Earth glow-in-the-dark Mysterio. I'm a big fan of Mysterio. I do have Mysterio already for the Sinister Six set. And I will be checking out the glow on this figure here. He does have the green smoke going on, which is always a nice touch with this particular character. And this one, I think is still available with Entertainment Earth if you are interested in it. I know it's been a big seller for that company. Tuma and Namor, I did not grab these pops right away at first. You know, of course, these characters were from Wakanda Forever. I do like, you know, a lot of the Wakanda Forever pops, but yeah, I didn't go for these initially, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I really do like their designs. I think they look pretty awesome there. In the fight between Atuma and Okoye, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie. It might be my favorite part of that movie. I really feel like I need to watch that movie again, and I will when it does become available on Disney Plus. I think it releases on Disney Plus on February 1st, so not that far away. I will check it out again. But yeah, I really do like the look of these characters here, and I'm wondering if we'll get to see them again, you know, in the MCU. I would hope so. You know, I think they are pretty cool. This Captain Marvel comic cover, she's actually centered in there. A lot of times they're not, they're off to the side. Oh, she's actually standing on her logo there. That's a nice touch. But yeah, this one is Target exclusive, and as soon as I saw this, I knew I was going to pick it up. I'm a big fan of this particular character. Her series as well, you know, the Miss Marvel series, it did have some issues as well. I especially feel like it was rushed towards the end, but it had a really strong start. I would say like the first 2 or 3 episodes or so were pretty strong, but yeah, it just felt very rushed towards the end. And also some of the sets looked like sets, you know, it's just, they just were not immersive basically. So, you know, it had some issues, but I still very much like the character overall. I think this was, you know, the casting for the series was good as well. But this one here, of course, is a comic cover. And yeah, I like that it does match up pretty well with that artwork there. And of course, you know, with the shape of a Funko head, they couldn't do the hair exactly like that. But, you know, I think it's a pretty good representation of that cover. Yeah, and like I said, since she is centered in the box, I think I will just leave this in the box right now. You can see the figure pretty well. When I first saw this actual comic cover, I was blown away by that design. Whoever designed this outfit for Elektra as Daredevil, I think they did an amazing job. Really cool looking. And then, of course, I was pretty excited when I saw that there was a Funko Pop on the way as well, this comic cover. Although I will say, even though I really do like the cover itself, I think it does look amazing. And it is kind of nice to have this. At the same time, I almost wish that the figure could be standalone, you know, outside of this box, because I just really want to see the details of it even more. Like, they did such a great job with the outfit and the hair sculpt. And she's got, of course, her size there as well on her waist. Yeah, such a cool looking figure. Almost, like I said, I just wish I could see it, you know, the details of it even more, but this definitely does work. I probably will leave this in the box. I think you can see it well enough. I'll leave it in that packaging for right now. But with some of the comic covers, I have been taking them out because it just depends on where the figure is placed, whether or not you can actually see it well. But this one, it works overall. And again, like, this is just really such an awesome cover. It really makes me want to read this actual storyline, and maybe I will find like a collected edition. We got some bobbling going on, of course, because of course, you know, these are Marvel figures here, so they are bobbleheads. So starting off with this first SheHulk, which does seem to stand just slightly taller, maybe. And I think it is, you know, a difference in the stance, and maybe that's the reason why. I gotta say, as I was unboxing this pop, I do see some issues with it. The paint job to me could be a little bit better. Things look a little bit rough here on her super suit some. And I do kind of like the way that they introduced her super suit and the idea of it and everything within the series. That element did work for me for the most part. But you know, some people are not a big fan of glow-in-the-dark pops because, for one thing, I mean, you don't tend to see the glow like on a regular basis unless you have like a black light setup or something like that. But then also the coloration of it, of some glow-in-the-dark figures, it just doesn't quite look right. And I kind of see that here, especially on her arm. It almost looks transparent there, like really both of her arms there almost look transparent, and it makes her hand here almost look like a webbed hand or something. It does look a little bit awkward there, and I think that is for the sake of the glow, you know, the way this coloring is done. So yeah, I can understand some people not being so crazy about that. I gotta say as well, the sneakers, even the paint job there could be just a little bit better, a little bit tighter there. One other issue, the base. I do have one peg into this 1 foot here, but this other one seems like I would have to try to stretch the foot out. It seems like it would be a pain to even try to get that in, so I'm not even going to worry about that right now. So I mean, it does stand. Maybe that's not a big deal. I'm just saying, you know, the pegs to me don't really quite line up like they should necessarily, so you would have to kind of flex that leg some to get that to work. But yeah, I mean, it's still an alright pop, but I just see those little you know, issues with it. Okay, then we have her in the glitter dress here, the all glittered up dress here. I think this was a smart idea to do this figure in this way, and they did straight up put a glitter sticker on there instead of diamond. I guess they consider diamond like its own separate thing, even though created in the same way basically. But yeah, I just thought this looked cool, you know, and I liked you know, her rocking the dress in this that actual episode as well. It's the one where she I think it's based off the one where she went to the wedding. One thing that was frustrating though is she had another showdown with Titania, but each time it's like it just didn't amount to much action. Like it was so cut off. It just, yeah, I wish they had put a little bit more into the action. I know they were trying to subvert expectations and really focus more on this actually being like a show about law. I understand that, but still they could have done a little bit better with the action. At least give us a couple more hits exchanged, you know. But yeah, I think that's a cool pop there. Then we got Electro. You can definitely see the size difference, by the way, going on with these pops here. Like I said, She-Hulk should be tall, and you know she does look taller than most of the other pops here. Okay, and then this Electro, very classic looking Electro. This figure to me actually looks like it should have had glow-in-the-dark details, you know, especially with the electricity effect on his hands. That would have been a nice touch. Of course, all these Sinister Six figures do have these similar bases here with the bricks, which is very New York, you know, that classic red brick. So I think that is a cool touch there to kind of tie them together. But I still don't necessarily feel like I have to have these villains together just because it is the Sinister Six set. I'll just put them where I think is fitting. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to get so much Mysterio in my collection that I probably need to devote some space just to that character. Then we got this really awesome Iron Man. I love this paint job. It just looks so, like, you know, accurate to like a comic. And I like the base as well, the Avengers base here, which of course is going to tie these figures together. And it has the blast off effect there with the very white cloudy effect there. Sometimes Funko will do like a transparency type thing with the you know, the smoke, but I think it's fitting, you know, with this being based on the comics, to have that straight up white coloring going on there. Yeah, I really like this figure. This is probably one of my favorite figures that I've added to my collection recently. Really do like the look of this, and I'm pretty sure that'll still be available on Amazon as well. Then it does, of course, like I said, come with a pin, and the pin is a nice touch. You know, that is a nice touch there as well. I'm probably going to end up keeping that Iron Man out for a while. I don't see myself putting that right back in the box. I really do like the look of that out of box. Then we have this Mysterio figure here. Remember, again, this is an Entertainment Earth exclusive, and of course I will share the glow here. I think he's in an interesting stance here. It almost seems like he's, yeah, I guess he's kind of leaning back some. Makes it look like he's gliding forward some. I can't really tell. I guess that's intentional. Maybe it is. But it's just cool because it's kind of different. And, you know, got the cape flowing back there. Very cool looking. Yeah, I'm a fan of Mysterio just because what he's able to do. Sometimes he's treated like a joke character, but when he really puts his skills to use, he can be a threat. Like if you've read Old Man Logan, you know, that original run of Old Man Logan, then you know that Mysterio can really do some damage if he wants to. It's interesting here with Namor, excuse me, not Namor, with Atuma. With Atuma, he actually came with the base. Even though he is kind of a large, tough character, his feet are kind of small, you know, for a male character there. So I understand why he has the base. Also, he has this very heavy head sculpt, which could make him lean. So it is, you know, I'm glad that Funko thought about that and did give him a base. And there's just so much detail going on with this sculpt. Look at even the blades on his hip there. Or it's, maybe they're not meant to be blades. Maybe it is just decorative, but they almost look like blades. I think it is just decorative. But very cool details there with the belt and all of that. Okay, then of course he has his jewelry and things going on, which I would assume is vibranium jewelry going on there as well. There's even a mouth sculpt there beneath the mask. You know, it's kind of down there, and he's got the like bone through his nose and stuff. And man, check out the hair sculpt there and all the detail going on with that. This is a lot of detail, you know, especially for a common pop. They really went all out, in my opinion. And yeah, this pop seems like, I don't know, for some people it might be easy to find. I haven't seen it around a whole lot. As a matter of fact, the main place that I saw these pops, this one and also Namor, was at 7-Eleven. Like, I haven't seen them so much in other stores like GameStop and Hot Topic, you know. But yeah, very cool pop there. And it actually surprised me as I was unboxing these. I didn't realize her sculpt is actually taller than his. And it is mainly because of the headdress there, of course. But yeah, that's kind of interesting there. And she came right out of the box on a base already. And I think it's for the same reason, you know, of course, the slim feet there. And then this big headdress, which could possibly cause her to lean. And I like that the headdress there is translucent. There is some light that can kind of come through it. It's somewhat clear there. So that's pretty cool looking. She's definitely a lighter pop. They even have like some red rimming around the eyes, which I didn't notice at first. Kind of got to look up close to see that detail there. Yeah, and she does have all her jewelry going on as well. Again, I think it's probably vibranium jewelry. Yeah, very nice details to her. Like she has her spear weapon, of course. This character I feel like got a little bit slighted in the movie. I would have liked you know, a little bit more dialogue for her character at least. But again, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see these characters again in the MCU. Although I know with the rights, like Universal basically has the rights to a solo Namor movie. So I don't think that's going to happen because Marvel would have to give up a lot of money to Universal basically. But so I think they're just going to kind of weave Namor in other places. Like he'll probably show up in a Fantastic Four movie. If you have any thoughts on what you would like to see with Namor in the future of the MCU, definitely please share those thoughts in the comments. I'd be very interested to see what people would like to see, you know, with that character in particular. But yeah, let me know what you think about these pops that I have here, including the comic covers there, of course, in this this very nice Groot soda. You know, let me know what you think about these figures. Which of these are you going to add to your collection, or have you already added to your collection? Also, let me know any other Marvel figures that you picked up recently. Oh, and Marvel statues as well. If you have any suggestions for like Marvel statues that I should check out to possibly add to my collection, please share in the comments as well. I would love to check that out. I'm getting to the point where I'm just starting to feel like I want to get even more statues into my collection, you know, including something from Marvel. So I'm open to some ideas. But yeah, thank you all so much for taking the time to check out this video. I do look forward to reading your comments, and I will talk to you all again real soon.